Greetings and salutations, everyone. Aaron here with another fountain pen review, and today I'm bringing a pen that I'm pretty excited about. I've been waiting for a couple weeks to get this. I actually got it a couple days ago, and those of you that have received these pens already know what it is. I'm just looking at it. So, with further ado, I am going to take that, throw it off to the side, show the case off if you haven't seen this case before. This is the new updated Penbbs case. Flip that bad boy open and reveal the pen. This pen, if I had an infinite amount of money, I would own more of these Penbbs pens. Just the materials that they are made out of alone are stunning and attractive. But this pen, when I saw it, I knew that I had to have it. I paid about $24 for the pen. It took about a little under 14 days. I think it was 13 days to get from time of purchase to my front door. Not big on packaging, but I think the package that it comes in is pretty nice. As you can tell, I've not inked this pen up, obviously. And this pen is just flat out gorgeous. Now, you can tell at the beginning of the video you saw the color code. I will put the color code in the description, as well as a link to the eBay auction. So if you are watching this video and say, I have to own that pen, give you an idea of where to go so you can purchase this pen. Now, one of the things I noticed about this pen, the material is visually stunning, and I don't know if the camera can really do this pen justice, but if you really look at this pen, it has so much depth in the material. To me, this does not look like a $24 pen. It looks like a pen that I would pay much more for. And again, I'm just blown away. I can't say anything else. I mean, I'm impressed with all the Penbbs pens. I like watching the reviews on them. The pens that I do already own, I have enjoyed quite considerably. And this pen, I do not feel as though it will be any exception. You'll notice that it is, of course, this is a 309. It is a piston filler. The twist knob works very well, and I'll show that to you here in a moment. And we'll go over the parts of the pen. I know a lot of you have already seen these pens several times. Biggest thing is I just kind of want to show it off. You got your standard Penbbs clip there. You've got your clip attached up top there with your clip band. Again, you see Penbbs on that fat cap band there. You see Penbbs's logo. On the back side, you have 309, and then again, Penbbs logo. And then again, just one more twirl for that material. Of course, it is a twist-off cap. This one takes about 2 full turns to pull the cap off, reveals that section. Again, another amazing thing, or another great thing about Penbbs, I'm talking too fast. They use the same material for their sections they do for the rest of the body. So just amazing. The material, again, has so much depth. You can see that feed inside of there, and it just looks really, really cool. And I think Penbbs nibs are really visually or aesthetically pleasing. They're nice nibs. This one, of course, is no exception. And there you see that Penbbs feed. The other cool thing about their nibs is they are interchangeable. They're standard number 6 size nibs. You can put a Goulet nib in here, a Yovo, a Knox, whatever you want to put in there, and it will write well. With this 309, you do have a slight step down to the section. Obviously, you have your threads here. They're very shallow and machined very well, so they're not really bothersome by any means. Your section, of course, tapers down and then flares back out at the end. This is a pen, for me anyways, that I can write with unposted. Does not give me any issues whatsoever. However, if you have extremely large hands and want to post it, you can post it. To me, it gets a little bit more back heavy, but I would say overall it's pretty well balanced posted. But this is a pen, again, that I will be writing with unposted. Now, as I said before, this is a piston filler. As far as filling the pin, you just simply turn that knob. If you keep turning the knob, you can actually, of course, unscrew this entire unit to clean out the piston or do any type of maintenance that you need to do on the pin. I'm obviously not going to do that. And then, of course, to put ink in the pin, you just simply turn that knob back and you fill up the barrel with ink. And again, it's a transparent pen, so it's going to look really, really cool once you ink up the pen. Really, guys, there's nothing else I can really show you on the pen. I'm going to do some sizing comparisons real quick to kind of show you how the pen compares to other Penbbs pens. Alright guys, here's your sizing comparison. From the bottom here, you've got a Penbbs 266 in the cedar finish. And then of course here you've got your 309. This is a 308 if I'm not mistaken. If I am, I apologize. And the beautiful green finish. And then just for additional comparison, I of course threw a Pilot Metropolitan in there because it's a very popular pen that most people own. So as you can tell, lengthwise, the 309 is definitely one of the longer pens. It's pretty similar to the 266, which I like this pen. It just recently got cleaned out. It had been inked up since the day I got it. This has the original Penbbs nib. This one I did switch out a Goulet nib in this one. And both nibs perform well. So there's your sizing comparison. Up next, I'm going to ink up this bad boy, and then we'll do a writing sample. Alright guys, I am back, and I have not yet written with this pen, so this will be the first time I have written with this specific pen. I did not flush the pen out either, so hopefully we perform very well. And it writes good. So this is the Penbbs 309, and this is the fine nib. Of course, it has that slight upturn, like pretty much all Penbbs nibs. The ink that I'm using is Waterman Inspired Blue. Really nice shade of blue ink. Alright, let's do a writing sample. You guys have to forgive me. My nose is a little bit runny. Allergies have been killing me lately. Alright, there you have it. So, as most Penbbs nibs, it performs well. It does give that slight kind of feedback, but it definitely does the job. As far as wetness, you know, not an extremely wet nib. I'll say this one is not as wet as my other Penbbs nibs, but it works. You know, of course, you can get a little bit of line variation. I will say that this one is definitely a little bit stiffer than my one that I have, the one that I had my 308 that I actually switched and put in my 266. That one just happens to be a lot softer. I'm sure this nib will get softer over time, but you know, it works. It's a consistent writer, does the job like most of these fountain pens. Real quick, zoom out just a tad, and you know, just kind of show that ink inside the barrel there. I'm sorry, this pen is just visually appealing. The nib, of course, writes. The other cool thing is if you're somebody that's not a huge fan of the Penbbs nibs, I'm sure there's people out there who don't like them. Again, you can switch them out with just about any type of nib. You know, like I said before, Goulet, Knox nibs, Yovo, whatever you want to put in there, you can switch it out. But this pen is awesome. go get you one. As I stated before, in the description, I will put a link to the eBay auction, or to one of the eBay auctions, for you to go get this fountain pen. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you already own this pen, let us know about it. Tell us what you think about it. Until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.